Hello my cookies, welcome to another speed build. Today we are doing Lilsimsies Sad Shell. This is from a little while ago now, been having a little technical difficulties with editing voiceovers and uploading. Finally broke down and bought a program, so hopefully it does the trick. It's been about 2 months since I've uploaded anything due to technical difficulties and because I have gone back to work full time after my 1 year off with my baby. I do live in Canada, so we do get up to 18 months maternity leave. I only took the 12 months because they give you the same amount of money, they just stretch it out longer. So I figured no point in struggling every month for 18 months when I only need to struggle maybe a little bit for 12 months. Anyway, back to work now. Things are going great. Even kind of in the middle of this whole co-flu thing right now. We're kind of in a middle ground with it right now, so it's not too bad. Work has still been really busy, which is good for the fact that I'm still working and my coworkers are still working and everything, but it's also very stressful. Just making sure everyone's following rules and, social distancing, staying clean, making sure everything gets sanitized, all that good stuff. Anyways, so as I said, Lilsimsies Sad Shell challenge. I believe I did this in kind of a old farmhouse slash cabin style. You'll see as the build progresses. I actually really enjoyed doing this build, if I remember correctly anyways. But yeah. Here we're just placing our windows and all that, and our bedrooms, living room, kitchen, dining areas. And trying to remember. Like I said, it was a while ago I did this, so it's hard to remember exactly. So I'm just kind of going with the flow of the video here as I'm recording, I guess. I went with kind of your neutral, kind of brown colors for this build. I try to kind of go with a similar color throughout the entire build on most of my builds. I really need to do that challenge where you do a different color for each room. I think I might do that tomorrow if I have time, because I think it would be fun. But we'll see what happens. But I really like this little kitchen setup I did here. It's kind of nice having like the fridge just in that back kind of corner. Kind of a longer, more slim kitchen, but not cramped and crowded like some are. The angles on this house, I thought were going to be a huge challenge, but I think it actually kind of worked to my benefit in the end. I really like the way it turned out. Myself, anyways. I have actually debated about playing with this house with one of my Let's Plays that I just started recording, but instead I built a house that I did not record the building of course, because I was like, I just kind of want to play, whatever. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a Let's Play with this. and it decided to basically do a reverse 100 baby challenge kind of thing. Instead of being the matriarch with however many children and then having your last child become the next matriarch and so on and so forth, I'm gonna be playing the male sim who gets basically 100 girlfriends and gets them all pregnant and has 100 kids. And yeah, no, I know the challenge of raising the children and whatnot is not there. But I did debate too on possibly doing something to the fact where he would be a single dad instead of a single mom. So it would still be the same basis of the 100 baby challenge, but instead of it being the mom, it's the dad. So he could literally, instead of waiting to have, your 100 babies come a lot faster. Yeah, it sucks because you can only essentially raise 6 at a time, or 7 at a time, sorry. Because you can only have 8, including the father. But we'll see how it works out. Like I said, I've only really started playing today. I did record some gameplay earlier today. And got a couple girlfriends on the go. I think 1 baby so far, and a couple more pregnant. I literally got the notification that the first girlfriend had her baby just before I finished playing earlier today. So like I said, I still have the option to essentially have her move in and then move the mom out, but keep the baby kind of thing. Or I could play it as something like single mom's pissed off, she got knocked up and basically left. So she decided to dump the baby on him because it's his fault. It all happened initially, so he should be responsible. Which honestly in some cases is true. But not always. There's some mothers that honestly should never even tell the dads that they're pregnant because they're not good men. They're not good fathers. They are not good people. They're essentially just, just a sperm donor. That's all they ever were and all they really should ever be. But on the other hand, there are some women that should definitely not be mothers. When you have the unfortunate circumstance where a child is born to one of these women, a lot of times they end up becoming neglected and, if not worse, like killed or basically left to die. Because I know myself, I know a couple single dads who are literally raising their children because the baby mamas are not good moms. And sometimes people just aren't. Anyway, as you can see here, I did kind of continue with the brown and whatnot into the upstairs. Tried to go a little bit different color in the kid/teenagers room. I went with an orange just because it flowed well with the brown. But yeah, I kind of like the room. The weird little angle table behind the bed to kind of fill up that gap. And a nice yellow lava lamp to brighten up the corner. I sometimes wish it was this easy to decorate my own house. Literally just like pause time and take a mouse and drag and drop furniture all over the place. Instead of having to physically move stuff. Sometimes it can just be so difficult to move things. They're big and awkward, heavy. But just like the fact that right now I have a reclining chair in the back of my minivan for the last 3 days because I picked it up and I got it in there by myself, but I don't think I can get it out or get it into my house by myself. So I'm hoping that my husband will help me tomorrow with it when he wakes up in the morning, and also that it's not raining, because it's hard to move things like furniture when it's raining. But whatever. If not, I can just stay in there for another day or two till it's not raining anymore. When I do a teenager's room, I like to do the throw down the dirty laundry pile, just because I remember me as a preteen teenager. I was pretty messy. As I got older and matured more, of course, I became more organized and a little bit more OCD with how things were. That kind of continued into adulthood, and even now with certain things. But having been married having been with my husband for 12 years now, and having children, you can't really be OCD with certain things when you live with 3 other people, especially when 2 of them are too young to even understand what organization means. It sucks, but you kind of gotta let it go. But I do my organizing where I can, in my phone, my apps, and setup of everything on my computers, where I keep my files and what I name them and classify them as, all that good stuff. But even there, I've slacked on it, become complacent with the way things are. But that's just life. Like they say, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em. Kind of just get to a point where you can't stress about the stupid little things. You gotta just live your life day to day and appreciate what you have. And I know some people might think, oh, my life sucks, what do I have to appreciate? Well, in some cases I get it. For the most part, if you're sitting there listening to me, you're obviously better off than others. You can afford either a phone or a laptop or a TV and internet with compatibility to watch this. And I'm grateful for you watching and listening to me play my games and do my voiceovers. And yeah, you might be in a tough position where you yourself can't afford this game and play it, but you love watching it because you really enjoy the game. And I get it. I've been lucky for the most part. Anytime a new pack has come out, I've either had money put aside because I knew it was coming out, or something where I was able to get the new pack or the new, whatever. But I do sacrifice a lot too. I don't spend much money on clothes. At least nothing super fancy. I don't care for like super high-end brand names. I do like to wear some like skater brands. Hurley, Volcom, Etnies, DC, DVS, New York, whatever. But I usually buy it on sale because that's just who I am. I'm a frugal person. If I don't have to spend the money, I won't. On the same hand, though, if there's something that I really want, like my computer, really good computer, to do this, to play my games and record, stream, edit, upload, I will spend the money because it's not just for me. It's for my viewers, for my followers, for my friends. It's, it's worth it. Like, don't get me wrong, I have spent a lot of money on some things that were really freaking dumb, and I regret it. Sometimes almost immediately, and sometimes, you can take that thing back to the store, get your money back, or exchange it for something that you feel you're more worthy of spending on. And sometimes you're stuck with it. You gotta pay for it. It is what it is. Just gotta remember though, we all make mistakes. We're all human. Sometimes things don't go your way. Don't get me wrong, I hope that everyone listening realizes that they are worthy of good things. You deserve to have a good life. And I'm not saying that everybody works hard for it all the time. There are people that are a little lazier than others and maybe, need to step it up a bit. You can't expect everything to be handed to you on a silver platter by any means. But I know what it's like to work hard and essentially get no gratitude for it. Basically, you get walked all over all the time, treated like crap because, well, why should I give you what you feel you deserve because you did this? It's your job, your duty, your right. No. We as the human race do need to treat each other a little better. Prime example is the whole racial war going on right now in the United States and in other places as well. I know it happens everywhere. It's very prominent in the US right now, is all. But nobody deserves to be treated like trash because of a misunderstanding or numerous other things that are very minor. Like, don't get me wrong, if a guy goes and kills another guy, by all means he should be freaking pinned to the ground. He's essentially a dangerous person and he should be contained. But when somebody, is using counterfeit money or writing bad checks or whichever, I'm not saying that they should get away with it. Maybe they should be charged and dealt with, but they don't need to necessarily be held down with force, especially to the point where they are killed. It's horrible. But unfortunately, all we can do is, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. It's kind of how the world is right now. It's a lot of craziness and a lot of conspiracy for many people. It's all very up in the air. And hopefully, things slowly start to move into place and make the picture a little clearer for us as we move on. But we do need to change. And not just some of us, but not all of us, but a large chunk of the world needs to take a step back and look at what they're doing. Am I doing everything within my power to make sure the world is a good place? Probably not. Most definitely not. I know I myself could definitely be a better person. Not only to strangers, but to the people I know, to the people I care about, the people I love. Not always on my A game, not always the best. And that too, though, is part of being human. You can't always be 100% all the time. Sometimes you're gonna have your downfalls, and that is just life. Sorry about blabbing on, guys. It's been a long day, been a long week. Haven't really had a chance to talk to anybody about really anything except for work and children. So it's kind of nice to just let it out. Thanks for listening if you're still here. Here I'm just kind of doing up my pond in the backyard. Some foliage, making it look nice and green and inviting. I really enjoy doing these little ponds and backyards with all the foliage. I think they look so gorgeous. I would absolutely love to have something like this in my own backyard. But my dogs would probably ruin it, or my kids would be in it all the time, and I don't want that, because it's not always the best thing for children to be in ponds. Not that it would hurt them, I'm sure, but as long as they were smart about it, didn't go drowning themselves in it. Which unfortunately happens a lot too. They say there's always, there's always something. So here we're just doing some final touches in the house. Kitchen decoration and clutter. Do other decoration and clutter throughout the house in a minute here. It's one thing I wish, though, with the Sims game. I wish that you could, there's a little bit better way to kind of sift through the clutter. That there was specific brackets that was like kitchen clutter, dining room clutter, living room, bedroom, bathroom, office, den, playroom, so on and so forth, clutter. Sucks you have to filter through this whole big menu of objects just to find the right thing sometimes. It can be very time consuming. This video, I think original length was close to 3 hours long, which is insane, but it's a typical playtime for myself. It's usually run around 2.5, 3 hours. Sometimes a little more. Depends on what I'm doing and what time of day I'm doing it, because there are times when I sit down to play and something comes up, my kids need something, husband needs something, somebody needs something, and I get to play for maybe half an hour and then I'm busy. And if I'm lucky, I get to come back to it later, but that doesn't always happen either. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, I'm sorry everything is so delayed. I hope I got everything figured out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay delicious. Bye, my cookies.